Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls 3. Where we last left off, we got Sparta kicked off the edge here and killed. I took the liberty of getting us back to where we died. Right here you can get a Blessed Gem. That's an infusion you can put on your weapon, which will give it faith scaling. That's pretty decent. Um, yeah, last time we explored a little bit of the Cathedral of the Deep. In this episode, I intend to explore the rest of it, and then maybe fight the boss if we have enough time left. I really hope we can get at least a little more progress done here. Now what we're going to do is lure this guy through here so we don't fall off the edge there. Because it is very easy to fall off the edge when you've got a giant guy with a great sword chasing after you. Oh god. Oh god. I didn't know there were still enemies out here. Hold on. I thought I took care of all of them. Oh, what? Like the fucking very tip of his sword hit me. And did massive damage. Yeah, I would recommend that you try to dodge most of their attacks instead of blocking them, since if you try to block their attacks instead, it will do massive stamina damage. Probably break your guard, and then they could go in for the kill. Now what we're going to do is... Alright, hold on a sec. What we're going to do is not fight him. What we're actually going to do is come over here where all these messages are, and we're going to drop down right there. Because if you drop down here, and then you drop down here, you can make it to a new area. With all these slug monsters that shoot magic at you. The magic is mostly harmless though, so don't worry too much about that. What you'll want to do is come through here. Open up that little bridge path, it'll be important later. More slug monsters up here. There's an item that one of these slug monsters drops that is kind of useful for PvE. Alright, I'm gonna try not to die here. It would be kind of embarrassing to die to these stupid little things. There are a lot of them, to be fair. This guy won't even attack you. But if you kill it, he will give you the red sign soapstone. That's basically like a summon sign for another player, only instead of summoning someone to help you, it'll summon an invader to fight you. So those are little things you can do if you want to have like little PvP arena fights. But yeah, just come to this door and open it, and you'll get yourself another bonfire, as well as an NPC. We're not going to talk to that NPC, because I'm worried it will screw up the quest line of another NPC, but basically what she does is she will let you respec your stats if you ever like put a level up into the wrong stat, and she will also act as the leader of the I don't remember what the name of the covenant is called, the Rosaria's Fingers, I think, because her name is Rosaria. So yeah, she's the leader of the Rosaria's Fingers covenant. So every time you would find like a pale tongue like I've been finding, you would give that to her, and then every now and again, when you give her like a certain number of pale tongues, she will give you some items in return, and some of them are pretty useful. Like, every covenant that you give the covenant items for has 2 rewards. One, I believe, you get after giving them 10 items, and then one you get after giving them another 20 after that. Um, and yeah, you know, I would probably Google that stuff if I were you, because there's a lot of different Covenant items you can get from different Covenants in this game. But pretty much all of it requires PvP, or to a more annoying extent, um, or to a more annoying extent, item farming, because you don't actually have to do PvP to get the Covenant items in this game. You can actually just, like, farm them from the enemies in the game. The only issue with that is that, yeah, the only issue with that is just that they're very rare items. So, I would not recommend you do that. Unless you absolutely have to, if you just suck at PvP like I do in this game. Now what we're doing here is we're saving and quitting. Because you have to save and quit after you open that big door to get another NPC to spawn. It's pretty much paramount that you do that. Well, not paramount. Not in the least, actually. You don't really have to do this. Okay, he's not here, so I did something wrong. Normally, an NPC would spawn here after you bring that bridge up, and then come up through here, and then open that door, and then save and exit the game, and then reload it. An NPC would spawn here, but for some reason he hasn't spawned there, so yeah, like I said, I'm probably not going to be able to do a lot of the NPC quest lines in this game. Sigvard of Katarina's quest line requires that you get that NPC to open, to spawn here, basically. Pretty much need him to spawn here. Grey Rat's questline also sort of depends on this NPC here, so that's kind of annoying that I'm not going to be able to do that. I have no idea why he didn't spawn, like if I'm doing something wrong. I probably am, but whatever. We're going to ride it down now, so we can get back down to where we were before. Because we're going to loot the rest of this cathedral, like all those items over there, and maybe even kill that giant. God, that was terrible aim. That works. Now, this sludge is difficult to move in. It can be kind of annoying fighting this guy while moving in this sludge, but it's actually not as hard as you might think. I guess you could consider this like a mini-boss before the boss. I don't think it's too hard, though. All you really have to do is smack him in the feet, and then when you see him lifting up his feet to stomp you, just roll out of the way and continue. I'll try to use combustion. I have no idea how much damage I'm doing, since his health bar doesn't really show up here. It's kind of difficult to see. Oh, I don't know how we didn't get hit by that, but alright. You can kill this giant, it just takes a little bit of work. There we go. Right in his crotch. Gross. But for killing him, you get large titanite. That's a more advanced upgrading material, similar to like regular titanite. So I definitely recommend you go out of you spend some time fighting these giants in here, because you can get some better upgrade materials early on. And then you can also open up this door, which will lead you to an item, a weapon, I believe, which is kind of useful. But yeah. We'll only have one more giant to fight. And then another enemy. that I'm going to try to fight as well. And then I think we will take on the boss. So there you can get the Saint Biden and more Homeward Bones. I don't really need the Homeward Bones. I don't remember what the Saint Biden is. I think it's a spear. Yeah, it's a spear that has faith scaling. Yep. A spear with faith scaling. I have no idea how useful that is because I never actually used it. But I'm sure someone could find a use for it. Maybe it's useful, maybe it isn't. Who knows? Alright. Unfortunately, this is the fastest way to get out of this murky swamp, just by fat rolling constantly. But at least you don't have to do that for this. There's an item way over there, I think, but I think it's just a Homeward Bone, so I'm not even going to go get it. Now there are, like, there's obviously a giant here as well, but there's also slimes in the water around him. These slime enemies are extremely weak to fire damage. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana to fight them. Because I am out of Ashen Estus. As you can see, those slimes are very resistant to pretty much every other type of damage. Except fire. Fire damage will absolutely destroy them. Okay. This might not actually be doable. Yeah, I haven't really done that much damage to the giant. I think what we'll do is go rest at the bonfire real quick. I'm sorry. I know this backtracking is probably getting kind of annoying. Trust me, it's annoying for me too. I'd just like to fucking get to this damn boss already. I don't waste all my Estus fighting, like, 5 enemies. And then go all the way back to a bonfire just so I can fight another 5 enemies. But I guess that's fine. Doesn't take too long, I suppose. Would also help if I allotted more Ashen Estus, but obviously I would like more regular Estus than Ashen Estus, just so I have, like, a supply of healing. Because Estus, regular Estus really is just, like, one of the only ways to heal yourself in this game. As you can see there, though, you can pretty much one-shot these slimes if you hit them with fire. Whoa. That was crazy. Oh, we're gonna get hit by that. Shit. God damn it. Will you just let me kill the fucking slimes first? I would appreciate it. What the fuck was that? That was a weird little... Okay. We're gonna use Great Combustion. We're just gonna try to cheese this guy. Yeah, the only reason I'm trying to kill these slimes is because they will interfere with you while you're fighting this giant. And it can be kind of annoying. As you can see there, we're doing like 400 damage to them with combustion. Alright, we got him pretty low health with that, so we'll just finish him off with the axe. Another fucking slime, oh my god. How many damn slimes you put in this water from software? I wouldn't even call this water, it's like sludge. Alright, cool. It's finally fucking dead. We only had to go through like half of our Estus and all of our Ashen Estus to kill one goddamn giant, but there you go. I think we probably won't even bother going back to the bonfire. At least not until I kill this next enemy. And here you can get the Drang armor. It's sort of scattered around the room. I think the Drang armor is supposed to resemble, like, the Drang-laic armor from Dark Souls 2, but I could be wrong about that. I think there's just many different types of fashion souls in this game. Some are better than others, obviously. So we're gonna fight this guy again. We never went into this room before. That is... I did not do that last time because we didn't have enough healing items. Because there's an enemy in that room that will absolutely annihilate us. Unless we have some form of healing. Wow. I can't believe we actually staggered it. Alright. Oh cool, we got that orange glow shit too. I might just be able to use pyromancy to cheese this thing. But basically, when you run over to get this item, a giant monster is going to drop down. And this thing drops another ring that is very useful for us. Is going to be very useful, so... This enemy can also inflict curse, so watch out for that. Because if your curse bar fills all the way up, it will insta-kill you. Thankfully, we were able to kill it fairly easily because I staggered it with 2 fire orbs and then riposted, and then did a riposte with my hand axe. But there you can get Aldrich's Ruby. Or Sapphire, sorry. Every time you do a critical attack, which is a backstab or a riposte, you'll get FP back. I don't think it's a lot of FP. I think you only get like 20 FP back. So I don't even know if I'll use this. I guess it's better than the Bloodbite ring, at least for now. We also got that Lloyd's Sword Ring. That just gives you, like... It adds maybe, like, 10 to 15 more attack damage to your weapon if your health is full. So that's kind of a useless ring. I wouldn't use it. But you guys are more than welcome to, if you want to, on your playthrough. But anyway, coming through here, up that staircase is where we have to go next. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And then we will fight the boss. Should definitely have enough time to do it. Okay. There are a lot of enemies here, but you can sort of, like, skip most of them just by, like, walking around the back. And a lot of them won't even aggro you. I think I'll try to save most of my magic for the boss fight. Yeah. Good lord. That shield bash attack is really annoying. Just takes like fucking 10% of my health with each hit of that. I staggered him again. Wow. Yeah, as you can see there, because I'm wearing Aldrich's Ruby, that riposte basically gave me all of my FP back that I lost from using the Fire Orb earlier. So yeah, I suppose for some situations it can be useful. Especially if you're doing a lot of backstabbing in this game. Which honestly you sort of have to do in order to get like a lot of HP on the enemies down. This game sort of encourages that sort of shit a lot more than Demon Souls did. Even though it was pretty good in Demon Souls 2. Oh god. I just want to kill you. Really? Alright. We're gonna have 2 Estus for the boss fight. I don't think that's very good. Oh, never mind. We're gonna have 3 because I keep getting Estus back from somewhere. I really don't know where. That's so weird to me. Yeah, you can come up here, and this is basically a shortcut back to that big door we opened. Just real quick, I'm gonna check to make sure that NPC isn't over. Okay. I actually want to try saving and quitting again. I promise this won't take too long. We should still have plenty of time to fight the boss. Like I said, it is an easy boss. You don't really need that many healing items for it, to be honest. Here we go. Let's just check one more time to see if we can spawn this NPC. If not, then fuck it. Yeah, he's not appearing. Oh well. I'm probably doing it wrong, but I don't really care, to be honest, because I've already got the Platinum Trophy for this game, so I don't really need to do any of the quest lines. But if you guys want to learn more about that kind of stuff, then you should definitely look it up on your side, because some of those quest lines are very interesting. Very interesting. I would recommend it if you are new to this game. Alright. And now, when you come over here in Ember form, you can find a summon sign from Henri of Astora, that one NPC that we met back at the Road of Sacrifices. You can summon her for this fight, and she will help you out a little bit. I don't believe you have to summon her for her quest line, but nevertheless, she is useful for this fight, so we are going to summon her, and if I can manage to do her quest line properly without fucking anything up, then I'll try to. Because her quest line's pretty interesting, too. Anyway, boss time. Deacons of the Deep. Now here you see, there are a lot of deacons in this room. The one deacon that you want to attack is the deacon that glows red. The deacon that glows red is the one that controls the rest of these guys. After you get his health low enough, the true deacon will spawn. And you'll see what I mean by that. I did not need to backstab him. That's okay, though. As you can see there, the true deacon spawned in the middle. You'll be surrounded by enemies that are glowing blue, or enemies in blue clothing. The enemies in blue clothing can heal him, so watch out for that. They can also use that Force Miracle spell to push you around the room. That won't do any damage to you, it'll just knock you around. As you can see there, they're healing him, so I'm gonna have to whoop their asses for a sec. Partly during the fight, they will conjure these black orbs in the air. Do not let them do that. That is a spell that takes a while to cast, but if they finish that spell, it will send a giant dark orb after you, and it will do massive damage to you. It probably will one-hit you by this point in the game. Henri, get the fuck out of my way. Henri's actually body blocking me from hitting the boss. So much for helping me. Oh my god, all these fucking spells going on. I just want to kill the deacon. Oh god. I think I killed all of its healers, so that's good. There they are doing that Black Orb spell again. Just make sure they can't do that. We almost died there. There you have it. The Deacons of the Deep. With Henri's help. And she's swinging at nothing. Yep. It's a pretty interesting boss fight. Very gimmicky, just like the Curse-Rotted Greatwood. You sort of have to attack the right enemy, or you won't do damage to the boss itself. But for beating him, you get a small doll. The small doll will seemingly have no purpose right now, but we will soon find out what it is that doll will be used for later on. And we also get the soul of the deacon, which we can use later. That will be pretty helpful. I don't actually know what his soul is used for either. If you rest at the bonfire, you can come back here and get the Archdeacon's outfit. It doesn't have a very good amount of defense or anything, but it does look kind of cool, so if you want that for fashion souls, you can sort of do that. Yeah, that's nice. We've done everything there is to do on the Cathedral of the Deep side of the Road of Sacrifices. Made quite a substantial bit of progress in these last 2 episodes. Gotten quite a substantial amount of souls, too, but after you have Henri help you with the Deacons, she'll appear in Firelink again. Or for the first time, technically.
Oh, and we meet again. We spoke before on the Road of Sacrifices. Henri of Astora. I'm well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination. Aldrich is
basically that giant altar that was in the Deacon boss room was supposed to be like the coffin for Aldrich. Basically, Aldrich, one of the Lords of Cinder, was resurrected by the Deacons of the Deep. But he just sort of moved on. Like, Henri and her companion went to the cathedral because they thought that's where Aldrich was. But Aldrich has since moved on to a place known as Irithyll of the Boreal Valley, which we will be visiting soon enough. Now that we're done with the Cathedral of the Deep, we have to go to Farron Keep. And Irithyll is supposedly right past that. So really quick, I'm just going to make sure I have everything set up here. We can upgrade our Pyromancy Flame some more.
Do not want it.
Looks like Grey Rat came back from his little pillaging. He'll have some new items for us, like a Bandit's Knife, Zweihander, a Pontiff Knight Curse Sword, an Estoc, a War Pick, a Glaive. He'll have some new shields too, a Knight Shield and a Pontiff Shield. And he'll have this Knight Armor set, which is pretty decent. I might actually consider buying that, but I don't know.
Good mom.
But we're gonna have to call the episode here. Now that we have defeated the Deacons of the Deep.
Very well then.
I think we'll get our endurance up to 15 for now. That seems like a decent amount of stamina. So we'll be able to swing our sword and cast more spells, because spells do cost stamina in this game, unlike in like Demon Souls and other games.
What?
Real quick, before we end off the video, let's see what we can make with the Deacons of the Deep Soul. With Ludleth here. We can get their candlestick, which is a pretty bad straight sword. It has strength, dexterity, and intelligence scaling. That's kind of weird. And Deep Soul, which I believe is actually a pretty decent spell. It's like sort of a dark sorcery spell. It sort of has its own uses, but I don't think we'll be using it for this playthrough, so I think we'll just be using their soul instead. So yeah. And you can get a whopping 20,000 souls for that, so we're definitely going to put some points into intelligence here.
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
Yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching again. Hope you're still enjoying this playthrough. And I will see you in the next time. I'll see you guys next time.